tried today with the Mavs and the Warriors. Warriors took game one, 112-87. Game one closed with Golden State as a 5.5-point favorite. Tonight, they are laying 6 at home. Total here is 213.5. Chris, which way do you lean in this one?
Yeah, so let me start off saying, those of you who are listening and viewing today, thank you so much. It's Friday. Everyone has a lot going on. And if you think me and Kate are just going to talk about this game, Kate, I'm talking you up here because Kate has a special surprise at the end of the show of something else to bring up. We'll get there. But as what's that?
Me.
Oh, you'll see what you already know what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah. But as far as this game goes, we can go back and forth. Obviously, Kate, it's just the two of us. But my first thoughts are we're not going to see the same version of the Mavs I think that we saw in game one. And for me, there's a few reasons for that. First of all, Luka Doncic. I say his name so bad. He's a star. I should know how to say his name, right? Tell me how to say it correctly.
How to say his name. You know how to say Devin Booker, you might as well know how to say Luka Doncic.
How'd you say it?
Luka Doncic.
Say it one more time.
Luka Doncic.
Doncic. So it's two cheese. See, that's what gets me. I think one of them is like a C. Anyway, boy, we're going to keep our listeners here for like no reason, just talking about names and stuff. But anyway, Luka Doncic.
There you go.
Great. He's at that superstar level. I mean, I just say Luka, Kate. But anyway, he's at that superstar level now. So he's one of those players who he is going to be different tonight, right? I think we can expect that from him at this point. He's going to be more buttoned up. Last game, he had 7 turnovers, 20 points. 20 points is a really low mark for Luka, obviously. So I think just my first note is I think this would be a great game to maybe play on some Luka props. I don't know about the PAR because Luka, when he's at his best, he's going to get everyone involved, and that could mean assists, but it could also just mean ball movement, right, and facilitating, which isn't always assists. But first of all, I think we're going to see a way different version of Luka. Secondly, I'm really starting to trust Jason Kidd. I mean, is he the new, is he the new Lue? Ty Lue? Is he the new Spoelstra? I don't know. But this guy, I think he really knows defense. He knows how to scheme. He knows how to adjust. The Mavs got lost in that last game. They were doing that typical offense where, and a lot of teams do this in the NBA, but you try to drive into the paint, you pop it out. But if you're going to create that kind of space, you have to nail those threes. And in the first half, I don't know what the mark was off my head, but it was atrocious, and it was like 23% for the game. The Mavs do live and die by that three, but we can expect better performance from them in this one. It's just like the Celtics, right? They're kind of new to this, so they need to settle in, and they need to settle in at the Chase Center, which is not an easy place to settle in. So I'll start with that. I mean, you want me to get to my bets? Or you want me to pass it over to you? You pass it back to me. What do you want to do?
I mean, yeah, we can just chit chat. Luka, his 20 points, that was a playoff low for him this postseason. So you can obviously expect some aggression there. You talked about their shooting from three, just shooting all around was down for them. 36% from the floor overall. And Andrew Wiggins really played a huge role in Luka's performance. I mean, 20 points, he's holding him to that. That's not a bad start. Although I did hear, and this could be just rumors. I mean, you never know what this stuff is true. Before the game, we thought Luka was drinking beers on the patio. After the game, apparently he was dealing with an illness, maybe too much beer. Who knows? But I think I agree with you that we're not going to see the same performance from Luka again tonight. 20 points, that's nothing for him. And I feel like he's going to be much more aggressive, both attacking the basket and facilitating getting his team involved. Let's hear your bets for today. What do you like?
Just tell us, Chris.
Yeah.
So the way I'm looking at this game, these derivative bets have been working really well for us. And all that a derivative bet means, right, is, the main bets in the game are the spread, the total, the money line. So these are bets outside those main bets that you're deriving from the main bets. And these derivative bets have been working for me in the playoffs at least. So I'm going to take the Mavs in the first half to keep this game close. Or is it the first quarter? Yes, I did that on the last show too. But I do like them in the first half, and I know you do too, Kate. I think the Mavs, like I said, I think they're going to come into this looking much more formidable. We can't forget that if we're comparing teams, and I know, Golden State's not the Phoenix Suns, but the Phoenix Suns were the best team in the NBA. And in Game 7, the Dallas Mavericks embarrassed the Suns. I mean, that they are capable of that. They are capable of locking down on defense, of getting in a rhythm from beyond the arc. And when that happens, and when Luka's aggressive, and when he settles in, this is a very dangerous team. Do I think they're going to win this game? I don't know if I have that kind of confidence. So I'm just going to go with them starting off the first quarter strong. I love your bet in the first half as well. But I'm going to look for Golden State also to respond as they typically do. We've seen this from Golden State in the playoffs. They kind of start lackadaisical, and this is the situation where it could happen, right? I'm hearing on podcasts, Kate, people I really respect in the betting market. People are losing their mind over the Warriors right now. Oh, beautiful basketball, fluid. Look at the ball movement. Hey, oh, kind of like how they did with Jimmy Butler, right? That's what happens. People tend to overreact. This is the time to bet against the Warriors. We've seen it from the Warriors in the playoffs. They don't always show up as crisp there, as high quality as they usually do in the first half when their backs aren't against the wall. This is that situation. They're at home. They're expecting to win. So I think the Mavs are going to keep it close early, but then nobody makes adjustments better than Steve Kerr at the half, and especially at home, the Warriors coming out of the half. So I'm going to take the Warriors third quarter -1.5. I think they could be down at the half, Kate, but I expect them to come back and maybe tie it up in the second half, and then it's anyone's game at that point. I would lean full game to the Mavs. I think the total is very sharp again where it is, but the Mavs at least have to be a little more respectable at the start of this game.
Yeah, I think they are too, which is why I'm going to play them first half +3.5. Mavs did a good job of contesting the Warriors' threes, and the Warriors missed a bunch of them in the first half. But what the Mavs didn't do is then they allowed open lanes to the basket, and the Warriors decided, you know what, we're going to forgo the three right now. We're just going to cut, make you run around, get open lanes to the basket, and, finish in the mid-range type thing. But I think the Mavs showed that they can defend the Suns in the mid-range fairly well, so why not make those same adjustments and defend the Warriors there? I mean, obviously, maybe the Warriors adjust and they shoot better from three in this game. But I think those adjustments are made early on, so I'm going to take the Mavs in the first half. Mavs are also 9-5 ATS in the playoffs in the first half, and the Warriors are just 5-7. Mavs are also 4-1 straight up in the first half when coming off of a loss this postseason. And Dallas was just in a tough spot coming off that game one with very little rest. I know a lot of people said, well, that gives them momentum coming into this game one. They've got, coming off of that high of the Game 7 win over Phoenix. But I think that was just a tough spot for them to be in, to be on the road in both of those games, very little rest. So I think we'll see a different, more focused version of this Mavs team right from the jump tonight. In terms of your third quarter bet, I love that the Golden State Warriors, they have just destroyed teams in the third quarter because of what Steve Kerr is pretty much able to do at halftime and making those adjustments.